Hi, I'm Justin Pritchard, and the other day I got this email from Mark in Nova Scotia, which said something like, "Dear Justin, love your reviews, but can you cut back on the boring crossovers? You seem to do a lot of them." Well, Mark, it's my job to cover what's new and important in all areas of the marketplace, and those crossovers, well, they're big business, and that's not changing anytime soon. Today we're going to look at another new crossover, this time the all-new Tucson from Hyundai. Sorry, Mark.
Here it is, and you'll notice that from just about every angle, it's a real looker. There's a just right blend of sculpting and poise and accenting dispatched across the entire body. The front fascia wouldn't look out of place capping a luxury sports suit, and all said, it's modern, upscale, and unique. This could be the first Tucson anyone bought because of how it looks. After all, as the competition gets more and more intense in this marketplace, automakers have to call everything they can into action, and Hyundai's put their styling expertise to work here in a big way. On board, it's a bit more of a mixed bag. The tester's cabin trim materials, other than the nice leather steering wheel, won't blow anyone's socks off. The interfaces are modern, look high-tech, and the instruments are gorgeous too. But some controls and switches are looking a bit dated these days though, and the overall layout and feel of the cabin sort of plays it safer than the exterior styling. It's not plain or boring, but it's not cutting edge or particularly daring either. The entire thing is lined in one shade and texture of crispy black plastic, which doesn't help either. Featured content on this $29,000 tester: a 2-liter premium all-wheel drive, included Bluetooth, USB inputs, heated cloth seats in front and rear seating rows, and advanced safety technology, including blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert with backup camera for confident reversing, and lane change assist, which can warn you if you're about to change lanes and there's a car approaching fast from behind. Add in the drive mode selector, which lets drivers set the Tucson into normal, sport, or eco modes at the tap of a button, and the locking center diff for the all-wheel drive system, and you've got a feature set that's big on confidence through the latest in high tech. Elsewhere on board, look for easy entry and exit to front and rear seats, adult-friendly rear seat legroom, and just enough space for 4 adults or a small family and their things to travel in comfort. The tailgate opens up on a cargo area that's relatively big and flexible with mandatory folding rear seats, and up front, there's plenty of at-hand storage nearby. There's plenty of room, probably more than you think by looking at it from the outside, but for the money, a CR-V or RAV4 still feels more spacious. Tucson is available with a 1.6-liter 175 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder, or the tester's standard engine, this 2-liter 4-cylinder running 11.5-to-1 compression for 164 horsepower and running clean and lean with gasoline direct injection technology and dual continuously variable valve timing. These two features help the engine breathe freely and maximize the extraction of energy from every molecule of gasoline it burns. The target here was a great balance between economy and output. On the plus side, the engine is responsive, my fuel mileage was respectable, when driven gently, it's mostly quiet and always refined. Pushed hard, performance is adequate unless you're in eco mode, where the Tucson is sluggish and feels like it's got a hangover. Sport mode helps with the responsiveness, though numerous competitors operate more quietly at full throttle. This engine sounds a bit hoarse when pushed, but it is remarkably smooth, entitled to redline. Just about everything related to how the new Tucson drives is fantastic. That starts here with the body structure. Did you know that Hyundai is the only automaker that makes their own steel? That saves money, allowing engineers to specify a huge portion of that structure be made of advanced high-strength steel, or AHSS, creating a structural shell that's massively strong and rigid while simultaneously being light. The result can be felt in many ways: a quieter ride, sharper handling, and that oh-so-sought-after feeling of solid, dense toughness are all part of the package. Make no mistake, this body structure is a real piece of highly developed engineering, and it lays the foundation for some great driving characteristics. Extra rigidity and reduced body flex means engineers can further fine-tune the suspension, and they did, and they even installed these Sachs premium dampers and added hollow stabilizer bars, helping to keep weight down and agility up. The result, combined with the rigid body, is consistently good ride quality over just about any surface, and no sense that the suspension is disintegrating like dollar store toilet paper underneath you.
So forget heading down a rough road and hearing and feeling the suspension getting kind of kicked around beneath you, or the dull roar inside the vehicle as the body shell flexes over bumps and pumps air through the cabin like a giant speaker. This fine-tuned suspension, the stiff body, and premium dampers give Tucson a ride over almost anything that wouldn't feel out of place in a far pricier vehicle.
Steering is also dialed right in. It's an electric motor-driven system, so if you're big on feeling the road through the steering wheel, you can forget about it. But the steering action itself is liquid smooth. The ratio is perfectly set against the tuning of the suspension, so Tucson feels lively in city driving and locked onto its lane on the highway. Best of all, at low speeds, the steering is so light and lazy, you could steer it into a parking space with your pinky finger if you wanted to, even though you shouldn't. It's isolated beautifully too. Even the roughest roads fail to transmit any tugging, pulling, or harshness back through to the driver's fingertips. Brakes are similarly well done. They bite hard from a slight press, feel precise and easy to modulate, and get the Tucson stationary in quick order when called upon. So ultimately, starting with the ultra-strong body structure and the setup of the suspension and steering and even the brakes, Tucson's driving experience exhibits a refreshing sense that some people spend some time fine-tuning the way it feels. Other notes, headlight performance is slightly above average for the price point, thank the halogen projectors. Finally, mileage on my watch landed at 10.2 liters per 100 clicks, right where I'd expect it to be for where and how I drive, and pretty thrifty overall. End of the day, if exterior styling, ride quality, and a nicely dialed in all-around driving feel are on your next compact crossover wish list, consider this one a priority test drive. Tucson starts at $24,400 with the 2-liter all-wheel drive premium tester coming in at $29,000. Thanks for watching.